Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Indah Amanda. I will presentation about the stage in language acquisition. Introduction. Language acquisition is a process that can happen at any point in human life. However, when we talk about the first language acquisition by a child, we refer to the process or way by which children learn their native language. Learning a new language can be extremely difficult, but yet you look at the little children that are not yet 5 and they have already mastered most of the grammar of their native language. Children learn their native language without being taught the rules of grammar by their parents or guardians. Also, parents themselves don't consciously know the many rules of grammar. So, how do children acquire language? And then there is 5 stages in the language acquisition. The first stage 1, production, stage 2, early production, stage 3, speech emergence, and for stage 4, intermediately fluency, and then the last stage 5, advanced fluency. And then there are 4 major stages of language acquisition. They are the blabbing stage, the holopractic stage, and the two-word stage, and the telegraphic stage. And then their stages are capable of being broken down into smaller stages. They include pre-production, early production, speech emergence, beginning fluency, and advanced fluency. The first, blabbing. A baby begins to recognize its mother's voice within a few weeks of being born. Within this period, there are 2 substages. The first stage occurs between the time of birth to age month. In this stage, the baby learns about its surrounding and doesn't begin to use its vocal until the 5th or 6th month, down to the age month. During this time, the baby hears sound around it and tries to imitate them to little success. This attempt at creating and experimenting with sound is what we refer to as blabbing. After blabbing for a few months, the baby begins to relate the sound or word it is making to objects or things. This is where the second substage begins. From age month to 13 month, the baby continues to gain control over not just its vocal communication but also its physical condition. Afterward, the baby begins to use both verbal and non-verbal means to interact with its environment. This is when the baby moves to the next level of language acquisition. And then holopractic or one word stage. The one word or holopractic stage is the second stage of language acquisition. In this stage, the child begins to make one word sentence. In the holopractic stage, noun make up 50% of the child's vocabulary, while verb and modifier make up about 30%. Two word stage, and then telegraphic stage. This stage is the final stage of language acquisition. This stage is called telegraphic because it is similar to what is seen in a telegram, having just enough information for the stage to make sense. In this stage, the child sentence contains many 3 to 4 words. During the stage, during this stage, there occurs 10 times the child begins to see the links between the word and object that 3-4 over generalization come in. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.